Hello, everyone. And listen, this is our last interview of today, and I am so excited about this. We are interviewing the one and only Taquoya Randle on today, and so I am extremely excited to be interviewing her. But before we get into this interview, first let me tell you a little bit about who I am. And how this all got started. So I am the founder of a Queenpreneurs Plan. My name is Latoya Whitfield, and our mission is truly to increase representation of female Black-owned businesses. I actually started a Queenpreneurs Plan when I didn't see a lot of Black women in business being represented in a lot of these spaces. Also, I didn't really see a lot of Black women being celebrated in a lot of these spaces as well. And so that's what a Queenpreneurs Plan is all about, being able to increase that representation, but not just when a person makes it to a certain level, not when a person is being celebrated on I don't know, like BET or MTV or whatever the case may be. Our goal is to truly celebrate Black women owned businesses that are operating in their God-given purpose, because we are all valuable and all equally worthy of being celebrated. And so that's what our platform here is for. And so then when they do make it, like when Taquoya does make it to this whole nother level, she'll be, ready to like come and serve, and don't mind, we can go and ask her for all these sponsorships and stuff. And she gonna be like, you know what? They remembered me. So I don't mind going back to give back. So I said all that to say, I always say, give back to your community before you need your community. And sometimes people do it backwards. And I think that's the reason why they may have some issues with getting that support. And a Queenpreneurs Plan is highly supported because we believe in the method of giving back to our community. And so without further ado, Taquoya, I want you to introduce yourself and tell the people a little bit about who you are and your business.
All right. Thank you for first and foremost for having me here. I am Taquoya. I'm originally from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Shout out Wisconsin. Came to Huntsville 2018 and teamed up with a guy, Jonathan Hambrick. As you got many of you may know or may not know, Jonathan Hambrick is a serial entrepreneur in Huntsville. And him and I had the opportunity to start a business together called Big John's Barbecue. And from that, God placed it on his heart to give me a part of the business. So now I am the owner of Big John's Huntsville which I am so grateful to have. It's a blessing to be able to continue the legacy on through food. Food is one thing that I love to do. I love to feed people good food, and yeah, like Quick Cooks came about. I'll say right before my mom died. Right before my mom died, I was trying to figure out a way to get my name out there. And Taquoya Cooks came about, and I've been going strong ever since. Pray for me because running two businesses simultaneously can be a lot of work, but we do it, and we do it with grace and dignity.
I love it because, baby, when y'all be posting on Philly cheesesteaks, I'm like, hold on, I gotta go and get me one of them. I gotta get me one of them. So,
You gotta come do one. You gotta come do one. You got
yeah,
to.
let me tell y'all, if y'all have not tasted that Philly cheesesteak, you are missing out. It is amazing. And so, let me ask you this. So, when you how did you start cooking? How did that journey even start? And how did you know like that you were supposed to be a chef? Not sure if I lost you.
Uh oh. Okay. It was the connection was low. Okay. I think
Oh,
I saw it said you asked how I started cooking.
Yes, how did you know that you were supposed to be a chef? Like how did you know that food would be a part of your purpose, and how you really go forward in your career, or even with the things that you do right now, or even serving the community and serving people?
I didn't actually.
I
My
think I'm losing you again, Sequoia.
brother, who is my best friend, who I moved here with,
Sequoia,
I
I
didn't
think
know
I
you knew how to cook. I said, well, uh-oh,
um
do I got cut out?
okay, start over, because every like it went in and then it went out, so I didn't hear anything that you said other than your brother.
Okay, I got you. So my brother actually my best friend, I call him my best friend. He saw in me, the cooking skills that I had. I moved here and I was staying with him and his family, and I would cook for them every night. And he was just like, "Wow, I didn't know you knew how to cook." I said, "Well, it's not something that I, show everybody or tell everybody because it was never something that I thought that I was going to be doing." And then when Jonathan was asking him, did he know somebody who knew how to cook because he was looking for somebody, he gave Jonathan my name. And from there, um, I started cooking with Jonathan. We was cooking out of the kitchen. We was grilling wings and making macaroni and cheese, creating sauces and everything out of the kitchen at the church. And from there, that's where my passion deepened for cooking and feeding people. 2018, that's when I really knew that I had a knack and passion for it. I could cook all along, but I just didn't do it because it wasn't something that I saw myself doing.
What so when you think about, you say it was nothing that you really saw yourself doing. When you think about what your purpose is, what would you say is your purpose, and how would you define it?
So I've been thinking about this question a lot lately, and I think my purpose in the food industry is to bring people together. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
I think I'm back. Okay, all right. I think my purpose is to bring people together in not just the food industry, but bring people together through love, through fun, creativity. Because I just not want to feed people. I want to educate people on food, on customer service, presentation. I have a passion for teaching and helping people obtain skills. So food is just that lane that I have been granted to push that. Yeah, I just food is one thing that food brings people together. We'll say that. Jonathan, he's always said food brings people together, and that's one thing that I stand on. I know when I cook, and I know I cook good food, I bring people together, and they say, "Hey, how do you do that? How do you come up with all these different flavors, or how do you do this, or how do you that?" Man, simply my purpose is to educate people, bring people together, create
To
new opportunities.
mm. So to educate people, to bring people together and create opportunities is your purpose. And so I love that, because a lot of times
Mhm.
we find something that we're good at, but then a lot of times we don't really know what the purpose is behind it. And I think that's why sometimes people get lost, because they are good at a skill set, but they don't really know what the purpose is behind it. So if they have a hard time in business, or things are not going in the way
Yeah.
that they would like, they immediately say, you know what, I'm going to give up. this is not for me. But when you know what your purpose is, you are able to come back to a place where you can say, hey, this is what it was all about all along. So even if there is a pivot, or even if there's something that transitions, you won't feel like all hope is lost, like I lost everything. But at the end of the day, you always have your purpose. So I love that you say educating, because when I think about John, shout out to Jonathan, shout out to Laura. Okay, so they are like our sponsors for the Dare Dream Awards. So I have to shout them out. Thank you so much to Big John's Barbecue.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
when you think about mentorship, when you think about being able to educate the community and serve the community, that's what Jonathan does. And so when you think about people that he's aligned with, like how would you say mentorship has helped you grow in your business? Like if you didn't have that mentorship, do you feel that you would be where you are right now?
Honestly, he has shown. So me and Jonathan been walking side by side ever since we connected. And I would say that we learned business together. Even though he was a businessman when I met him, he was new to the food industry. So anything that we did concerning Big John's barbecue, we did it together and we learned together. You know, he was the head, and I was walking side by side with him learning. And he he let me. He was like, I want you to come here, come to the bank with me, come to the tax office with me. Let's go shopping. Da da da. So he kind of grabbed me um, by my shoulders and by my hands and just allowed me to walk side by side with him to learn. If I had not had that opportunity with him, I probably wouldn't know what I know today. And I probably would not be able to run a business by myself, without the help of. I'm not saying I know everything about business, but there's a lot that I was able to learn just by walking side by side with him. And I learn every day. We learn new things, but mentorship is so important, because to get ahead, you have to have somebody that is willing to let you learn, willing to show you the way and not gatekeep.
Woo, you said a key word there, gatekeep, because I think you, I think honestly, gatekeeping to me is insecurity. There is nothing that we should be gatekeeping, especially from the next generation. I understand there are things where some people need to invest in and need to pay for it because they won't take it seriously. But gatekeeping, no matter what form of how it's done, it is not acceptable. So if you don't want to tell people the information for free, at least charge them for it. And so I think that sometimes like people won't even allow the next generation to learn from them, even through payment, even through investing. And the reason why I say that, there are some people that you will run into, that you are actually going to share information with them at no cost because you see their heart, right? But there are some people that they may need to be an
Yeah.
investment for them to take it seriously. And I've seen that through my coaching, that a lot of times
Hmm.
people won't take things seriously until you charge them for it. But I've also seen people that had
Yeah.
not have to pay for anything and they took it seriously. It really depends on the person. So let me ask you this: for a person that's like
Hmm.
their
Yeah.
business, they want to get into the cooking industry, or they want to be a chef, and they're feeling discouraged, they're feeling like people are gatekeeping. Like what are some key steps or some things that you would tell that person to, or how they should start? Because you said you and Jonathan were learning from each other. What about the person that doesn't have a Jonathan or doesn't have a Taquoya? Like what can they do in this industry?
Um, Honestly, find somebody to get up under, learn from. Um, Say, for instance, if they have a knack for food and they want to get into the food industry, find somebody who is willing to take them under their shoulders and work. For one, because we all have to work. We didn't get what we get by not working. I put blood, shed, and tears into what I did all those years, and I was able to reap what I sown through a business that was given to me. But find somebody who is willing to take you under their wing and show you exactly what you need to do. Um, Look, watch, listen is most important. There are things in business, not just the food industry, but in business, where um, you're gonna have to be consistent. You have to be adamant and intentional about what you do every day. Social media is a big one. Staying on top of your paperwork is another thing. Just building your brand and making sure that you're having fun doing what you do. That's most
Yeah.
important. We gotta make sure we're having fun, because if we're not, wasting our time.
Absolutely. So let me ask you this: for when I first started, we talked about the fact that we celebrate Black women, and really want to increase the representation. And when you think about a Queenpreneurs Plan, first of all, had you heard about a Queenpreneurs Plan prior to being nominated? And also, have you heard of any other organization like that's similar to a Queenpreneurs Plan in Huntsville or surrounding areas that has that you can think of that has actually celebrated Black women in this industry, in this business, in creativity? Have Is there an organization that you feel like that does that, and did you hear anything about a Queenpreneurs Plan prior to that?
Prior to it, I have Jonathan's wife Laura was one of the nominees, I believe, last year, and
Shout
one
out
of
to
the
Laura.
winners
Okay,
last
Laura,
year.
you better be speaking.
Yeah, yeah. So I wasn't able to make it to the gala last year, but I did see videos, pictures, and everything, of Laura. So I did hear about it. But I actually didn't really know a lot about it. And to answer your second question, there's not another organization around that I know about, that I've heard about, that raises awareness to Black female entrepreneurs their businesses. I
Mhm.
can't think of one. There are a lot of male populated organizations around, but not a lot of female Black um, organizations.
Yes. And so when I asked this question to really show our audience that there are not a lot of organizations that are celebrating Black women in business, right? And so I always ask this question because you need to
Hmm.
understand, yes, that it's a lot of Black women and we participate in a lot of things, but there are not a lot of people celebrating Black women entrepreneurs. Like the truth is the truth,
Right.
you know.
Hmm.
And this is a nationwide thing. 61% of Black women self fund. Why are 61% Black women still having to self fund? When we carry this world, people use our ideals all the
Hmm.
time. People use our work ethic. They use all these things to help elevate their businesses, but yet Black women are sometimes left in the background of all of these things. And so when I think about Jonathan, I think about a person that pushes Black women forward, right? And that's what he does. And so if there are men on here watching, be that man that pushes Black women businesses forward, because we cannot do it without you. And not
Hmm.
just Black men, right? But all cultures, when you see that when we all work together, yes, we celebrate Black women, but when all cultures come together and push this movement, we all grow and glow together. And so I think that's important to bring awareness of
Hmm.
what's happening. So let me ask you this. So what are you most looking forward to with your experience at the Dare Dream Awards?
I'm looking for connection. There's a lot that we can do together than apart. And networking is a big one. I don't know. I mean, I know a lot of female Black entrepreneurs in the city, but I don't know all of them. So my biggest thing is wanting to get to know these women and their businesses so that we can support each other. And by us supporting each other, we can spread the word to other people, and all of our other friends can start supporting those, those women. And I just want, the community to grow as a whole. Black women, we need it. We need it bad.
And it becomes a domino effect. And I just want to tell you, you probably can't see the comments, but your audience is in here like going hard for you, supporting you. And so you'll have to go back and watch. They over here going hard. I knew they were because I could tell when I shared it, they was like, "Oh yeah, I'm about to get." So, shout out to your community for in here
I love my people.
to support you. I want you. We have been on here for 20 minutes, so I want to go ahead and close us out. But if you could
Okay.
tell people how they can connect with you, how they can purchase food or whatever the case may be, let the people know how they can support your business.
Right now, we are Taquoya Cooks operating or doing business as Big John's Huntsville at the Open Bottle. So if anybody looking for some good fried fish, sandwiches, best wings with homemade sauces, y'all go to Facebook, Instagram, and even TikTok because our TikTok crowd is building every day. I think we up to like 20,000 followers on TikTok. Woo, woo, woo.
Okay.
But we are Big John's Huntsville at the Open Bottle. Uh-huh. We are there from Wednesday through Saturday, 4 to 9. Y'all come support Big John's brand. Also support the Open Bottle because they serve us some good spirit drinks. I'm telling you, them drinks be good. And the vibe is just dope. So y'all come check us out at the food truck. Come have y'all a drink, eat y'all some food, and we'll definitely, hopefully, we'll see y'all at the Dead of Dream Awards.
Yes, indeed. And when you think about Big John's barbecue, when you think about the catering, it's not just barbecue, right? I think sometimes people hear their name and then they automatically assume, it's just barbecue. But there are other things that
Mm-hmm.
you can get. And then
Mm-hmm.
just for the Dare Dream Awards, Big John's Barbecue will also be catering the food. So, FYI. So, I'm excited about that. And, Takoya, it's been a pleasure to connect with you. I did not know you prior to you being nominated. So, that right there speaks to how important it is to be able to network and connect with your community because you have these hidden gems. You have these people that are already famous, okay? Because in my eyes, you don't have to get to you don't have to be on TV to be famous, right? You are famous already. You are that girl already, and so a lot of times we don't even see the people that are in our community until it's too late to see our people in the community. So we need to celebrate our hidden gems here in Huntsville. And
Mm-hmm.
so I'm so happy to be able to connect with you. And so you guys, you can see Taquoya. She has been nominated. Okay, so you can see her on September 20th at the Dare to Dream Awards. We are so excited about this event. This will be our fourth annual Dare to Dream Awards. And let me tell you something. Yes, tickets are still available, but what happens when they sell out? I'm sorry, you will not be able to inbox and get a ticket. You will not be able to email and get a ticket. And
Mm-hmm.
we gave you a little scare earlier of what it could possibly look like. Let me tell you, most people are buying VIP tickets or tables this year. So that's going to be very important. You could have 16 seats available today, and then tomorrow they're gone because someone may have purchased a table. So keep that in mind when it comes to buying the tickets. I definitely recommend you go ahead and get them now. All proceeds benefit a Queenpreneurs Plan. We are a 501c3 nonprofit. We give micro grants to Black women in business. We will this year be giving HBCU HBCU students a total of $3,300 to invest towards their businesses. And we also give scholarships to young girls that are interested in the arts, ages 10 to 17. And our ultimate goal is to be able to support local organizations that have community camps or maybe summer camps, spring camps, different things like that, so that we can invest in the creative arts and also being able to support those businesses here in Huntsville, specifically Black-owned women businesses. So I cannot wait to see y'all. Taquoya, it's been amazing interviewing with you. And your audience is going crazy. So once we get
Thank
this live, you may want to go and see what everything that they have. So it's been a pleasure. I
you.
cannot
I
wait
already know.
to see you on September 20th. So thank you guys for joining us, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank y'all. Thank you, Latoya.